those of you that want to automatically save your email attachments. And I cannot explain how helpful it is to have all of your email attachments in one directory inside of OneDrive. It makes finding things so much easier. But here we're going to do this automatically. This is one of those set up and forget type of tasks that you need to do. Once you set this up and configure it, you're going to be good to go. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. We're going to walk through our visual guide as well, take a look and see what it looks like within Power Automate. So stay tuned. I'm going to jump right to it. So these books, of course, are available out on the internet. If you pause the video and search, we're going to actually do this as a you do, I do, you do. And let's go ahead and cruise on down to the screens. Now, the intent of these books is for you to literally not have to read anything and just simply look at the pictures. So we're going to do that. We're going to put it to a test and we're going to look at the pictures. In the first place, we're going to start is at OneDrive. So let's go ahead and push that in just a smidge. Push it out over here. All right. So we're going to click on here. We're going to go to OneDrive. So go ahead, open up your Office 365. And remember, you're going to have to sign on with your username and password. So then let's go ahead. Once we get on, we're going to click on what they call the waffle there. Click on OneDrive. Pretty easy. We're going to open it. We're going to do a right click and open it in a new tab. But you can just click on it and open it. Now you see everything right here. You see my files. So go ahead, click on my files. All right, good job. Now, you already see attachments is in here for me, but we're going to go ahead and pretend like it's not. I'm going to click right here and say Add New. So go ahead, click Add New. Good. And then you're going to click on Folder. Now, you're just going to type in attachments, just like I do here, and then you're just going to hit Create. And then the folder will appear right here. Okay? So I'm just going to put AT&T there. I'm going to hit Create, and notice it appeared there. Okay? So I'm going to delete this. Don't you do this. I'm just going to delete it. So there it is right there. So for those of you following along, you're like, oh, wait a minute. You went too fast. Let's go ahead and go back to the screenshots and help you walk through that. Remember, you clicked here on OneDrive. You clicked on the, oh, that's funny. These numbers are backwards. Number one is click on the waffle, then you click on OneDrive. Then you're going to click right here on My Files. And remember, you can pause the video and do all of these tasks and then restart the video. So here we're going to click on My Files. Then we clicked on Add New. We clicked on Create. The little pop-up said Create Folder. And then here we typed in Attachments. And then, so Create Folder, then Attachments. Then we hit Create, and then the result is right there. Attachments gets created. So good job. So now you've created the OneDrive directory for where we're going to put these file attachments, and everything we're going to dump into that folder called File Attachments. So congratulations. Pause for a minute. Go out. Tell your family and friends that you've just created a folder in OneDrive. So good job. Let's go ahead and keep going though. Let's go to Power Automate now. So here we're going to go back to the waffle again. We're going to click on Power Automate. I'll go through this quick. Then I'm going to go to the screen, show you how to do it. Then I'm going to come back here and we're going to review. You're going to hit Create an Automated Flow. You're going to give the automated flow a name. And then you're going to type this in. You're going to select this and hit Create. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that together. And then we'll come back here and review it one last time. All right, so let's go ahead, and the other one is right behind this document. How about? All right. Okay, so we're going to go back to our waffle again. We're going to click right there on Power Automate. Again, I've already clicked on this, so I'm going to click over to that tab, but you're just going to click there. Okay, and you're going to come up to the screen that looks just like this. Okay. Now I want you to click on Create. See right there, not My Flows. Create, and then Automated Cloud Flow. Just going to click right there. Then we're going to give it a name. Okay, so name yours. Okay, whatever you're going to name it. And then we're going to search, and I forgot what we're going to search on, right there, when a new email arrives. Okay, so then we're just going to type in here, when a new email arrives. Okay, and you see it right there? Now there's two of them. We're going to select version 3. Okay, we've got it annotated there for you. We're going to select version number 3, and then we're going to hit create. What that's going to do is it's just going to create a, it's just going to create, and we didn't do all the steps, but it's just going to create a Power Automate shell for you there. Okay, so we're going to close. And that's all we need to do there. So let's go ahead and go back to the instructions again. And this is where we're at, right here. All right, we're going to come back to this screen. So what did we do? Clicked on the Power Automate. Opened up Power Automate. Then we create the automated cloud flow. Then we type in what the flow name is. Okay, then we type right here, number 2, when a new email arrives, and then we're going to click right here, when a new version 3, not version 2, we want Office 365 Outlook. We're going to hit create. And that's about it. And then you're going to come to this screen right here. So congratulations again, you made it. This isn't that tough. I guess everything's a little easier when somebody's showing you how to do it, but this really is not that difficult. Okay. So by default, you're going to come into your inbox there. That's exactly where we want to go. Now, if for some reason you have another email folder that you want to do this on, you can click on this folder and select that other email folder if you choose. See how I have different folders? But I'm just going to do it as my inbox because I want everything coming in the inbox. And then really, I want to just focus on these 3 settings right here. I want to include the attachments and any importance, and then only with attachments. But to get here, I clicked on Show Advanced tab, options like that, okay? So you can adjust these, again, any way that you want, but this is kind of the default that we're going with. So let's go back over to our document. So here, 1, clicked on there. Remember, we're in our inbox, but we can do anything we want by clicking on that folder. And then we just want to make sure it says inbox, yes. Any is defaulted, and no. Okay, so this says only with attachments. That means I'm only going to process email that has attachments. I want the flow to process all email, and then if it has an attachment, then it's going to kick itself off. Okay. Then we're going to go to the next phase. So congratulations. Now we're going to click on that little guy right there, the plus sign. We're going to type in, when it says choose an operation, we're going to type in get attachments. We're going to click on Office 365. We're going to type in attach again. We're going to click on get attachments. And then we're going to configure the attachments. So let's go do that together. So here, although we have this already in here, we're just going to pretend we don't. All right, so here, let's go ahead and do this together. Click on the little plus sign. Click on add an action. Good. Now, we're going to go ahead and do what it says to do right here, which is, click on that one, get attachments. So we're going to type in get attachments. Okay. And go ahead and type that in on your computer. You see it right there? Remember, it's really important to pay attention to these logos because these tell you this is Office, this is SharePoint, Excel, OneDrive, etc. We want this one, get attachments. We're just going to click on it once. Now we're going to come into our screen of where we're going to, oh, I clicked, look at that. And I wasn't following the instructions and I did the wrong one. So this is the wrong one because, see, it's a SharePoint. We don't want SharePoint. We want to get attachments from Outlook. So to delete this, let's go ahead and hit delete. Good. Now, I would say that was intentional, but it wasn't. I just messed up. So here, get attachments. I was talking and not thinking. Our next set of instruction is get attachments and then click on Office 365. And the reason why we do that is so that you don't accidentally make the same mistake. And then type in attach. Okay? Now we get attachments, and that is the one that we wanted. So let's go back and review that again. So we clicked on the plus, we typed in get attachments, and then we clicked on the Office 365 logo there, number 2. Then in the search box, we typed in attach to click on the get attachment, not attachments. And notice it's from Office 365 Outlook. Notice the logo there, and it's version 2. Okay, good deal, right? Now, let's go ahead. So you're doing a great job, by the way. Let's go ahead and configure this. We don't have much more to do. So let's just go ahead and configure this together. So here, we're going to type in the ID of the email, and then we're just going to type in ID, message ID. Then here, we're going to click on this box, and we're going to do the attachment ID. Right? And we'll stop there, and then we'll go to our next section. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like in real life. So we're going to click. I literally clicked right there. So go ahead, click with your mouse button right there. Okay? Now, I just want to type in, I'm clicking right there. You see how it's blinking right there? I'm going to type in ID. And it's the first one, message ID. Message ID, not the internet message ID. You want this one right here, message ID. I'm going to click on it once. Now to confirm, you can hold your mouse button over there, and do you see where it says, I can't show you because it'll move, but you see in that black text box it says body/ID? That's the one we want. Okay? Now we're just going to click down here, ID of the attachment to download. Click once there. Now we're going to do ID again. You see that? And this time we're going to pick on the attachment ID right there. So I'm going to click once. Now notice once we do that, it creates a loop for us, or what they call an apply to each. That's great. And it's got all of our stuff in it, so no worries here. Now, here's where people get lost. They sometimes go here to insert a new step. Don't do that in this one. We're going to click on add action. So let's review what we've done real quick. Okay, so we're right here. We put in ID and ID. Again, pause the video and use these screenshots to kind of help walk you through it, okay? And then here, attachment ID, attachment ID. Just in case I'm talking too fast, you have the screenshots to help. And then we talked about it created this loop, right? Or an apply to each with attachments. And then the next thing we're going to do is right there, add an action. Then we're going to type create a file. We want to make sure that it's the OneDrive logo. See the OneDrive for Business logo? We're going to click on there. Then we're going to add the file to that path that we created, which is attachments. Okay? And then we're going to put the name of the file in there and the content of the file. Then we're done. And then we'll review. Okay? So let's go ahead and go and do this together. So here we're going to click on add an action. Okay? Add an action, and it says right here in the instructions, where are you? Added the ID, good. Good. Add an action, we're going to create a file. So we're just going to type in right here, create, okay, whoops, create file. I'm typing sideways, that's why it's kind of hard. Okay, all right. Anyways, notice that there are two create files here. One has a blue logo for OneDrive, and the other has a green logo for SharePoint. If you were doing this for SharePoint, you would click on SharePoint at this point and fill in the information. You can see another video on that. But today we're going to do it in OneDrive. So just click on OneDrive. Now here's the folder area, and it tells us go ahead and click on that file folder right there. Now I don't want to click here. If I click here, it's going to automatically add the path. We don't want that. And that's a common place people get messed up. Click on the arrow. Click on the arrow. Now it's going to load all of them. See, I have multiple subfolders in that email, in that OneDrive. But all I want right there is attachments. And notice here, I'm not going to click on the arrow. I'm going to click on the actual folder attachments. And then it adds it right there for us. Pretty magical, huh? File name. I'm just going to go down here and I'm going to type in, I believe it's just ID, but let's check. So file name, root, we did that, attachment, good. And then look at that. I would have put ID, and I would have been wrong. We need the name of the attachment. So let's go ahead and do that. Name of the attachment right there. So it's good to follow those screen instructions. Now let's go ahead and go to file content. File content, what are we going to do there? Well, it tells us, let me see, I did, oh, right there, content bytes. Let's see if that one's available. Sure enough, it is, content bytes. All right, so what have I done on this screen? We've reviewed it already together, so the review is going to be quick. We're going to say create, remember we clicked on here, add an action, pause the video if you have to, create file, OneDrive, create file, click on the folder, click on the arrow, not on the root. Click on attachments, not on the arrow. It'll look like that. Click here in the empty space. Click on name. Click here in the empty space. Click on content bytes. You're golden. Congratulations. You have just created your attachments to OneDrive. That's all you need to do. To get out of this, you can just click it. Now, once you're in it, you can go to save and test. Now, remember, when you hit test, let's do that real quick, just so you can see. When you hit test, and don't delete yours, I'm just deleting mine because I don't want it in mine. Here, if you hit test, it's going to say go manual, fine, save and test, okay, so we're good there. So we're going to save it, and then we're going to test it. But here's the thing, it's going to wait for us. And for some of you, when you get to this test phase, you just kind of sit here, and then I get messages like, well, it didn't test, and it just kind of spun on the screen. This is right, it does. This message really needs to be here, but here, to see it work now, send an email to your inbox. Okay, so that's how you do that to get this to work. Okay, and then it will test it, run it through, and you should be good to go. Now let's just review real quick what we did. We set up when an email arrives, and those are the settings. Pause the video if you have to. Then we set up get attachment, which was message ID and attachment ID, which then created this attachments loop. And then we created create file. We dumped in the files into attachments. We gathered the file name from the attachment and the content bytes of the attachment. Good luck.